Hello and welcome to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me this evening for Volume 4 of Letters from TV Licensing, which by now, anybody who's been following this little series will know it's where I read out my monthly threatogram from the good folks over there at TV Licensing. Now, before we dive into this month's goodies, just a quick recap from Volume 3. As some of you will recall, I was stated that I would be away on holiday when this next threatogram was due to arrive. And sure enough, it was on my mat waiting for me when I came home from holiday. So without further ado, let's take a little look at what they have to say, shall we? Now, the first thing that people will notice is that the envelope is brown this month. It's not its usual white. And it's set out in a style that like the Department of Works and Pensions or HM Revenue and Customs would use. You know, it's a little window in it, logos on it, and please reply urgently on it. Now, I'm sure also that viewers of a certain age will remember when they used to say on Her Majesty's Service on them and a little crown. But the impression that it's trying to give me is that it's from a legitimate government agency, and it needs acting on. You know, I mustn't ignore it. So let's take a little look and see what they have to say for themselves, shall we? Now, following on from the impression the envelope's trying to give me, it states, ignoring this letter could cost you a lot more than the licence fee, and that's in bold. And in the top right hand corner we have visit being authorised. So it looks like they're finally going ahead with the threat to investigate my property. Dear Sir, Madam, we understand you may be busy, but since you didn't respond to our last letter, an investigation into your property has now begun. You can still stop the investigation, and that's in bold to jump out at me, to throw me a lifeline. But you need to buy a licence without delay. Spread the cost by setting up a direct debit at, and there's a web address. Or pay the full fee today at, and there's a web address again. Or, if you already have a licence, you need to move it from your old address at, and there's a web address again. A court appearance could cost you over £1,000. That's in bold, and that's jumping out just to reinforce that you're in trouble, laddie, if you don't reply to this letter. As your details have now been passed on to our enforcement division, a visit to your property is being authorised. If you are found to be watching or recording live TV programmes on any channel, or downloading or watching BBC programmes on iPlayer illegally, whether on a TV, computer, tablet, mobile phone, games console, digital box, DVD, VHS recorder, or any other device, you may face prosecution, and a fine of up to £1,000, plus any legal costs and or compensation you may be ordered to pay. Of course, if you don't need a licence, we'd like to stop writing to you, and as always, I'd love you to stop writing to me, but you're not going to, are you? So please let us know at, and the web address again. We may confirm this with a visit. So straight away they've cancelled out all the point of jumping through all the hoops again, haven't they? And if you've recently bought or moved a licence, thank you, our records will now have been updated. Yours faithfully, Customer Service Director. Well, I'm not one of your customers because I don't have a licence, so that's a little bit misleading in itself. And then they've put a big red circle with the words maximum fine and £1,000 in big numbers. So, what do we make of this letter? Well, as I said to you in Volume 3, that was the first letter in the cycle. And this is obviously the second one, because I've not responded to the first letter. They've tried sending a brown envelope and a more important sounding letter. This is to give me the impression that there's a crack team in some New Scotland Yard style building working on my case. And that's all they're tasked with. Well, truth of the matter is it's not. There's thousands of this particular letter that have been sent out this month to people who are in the same stage of the cycle as I am. Now, regarding a maximum fine of £1,000, let's just theorise for a minute that I was watching TV illegally, which I'm not, by the way, but we'll just theorise it was, and I did get taken to court. Would I be fined £1,000? Probably not, because certainly any fine, it would be taken into account if you pled guilty early, if it was your first offence, it would be means tested. But there's no need to go into that really, because I'm not breaking the law. And I will just state at this point that if you are watching television, live television or the iPlayer, without a television licence, then really you should go out and get one. But better still, why don't you just simply change your TV viewing habits and alter your equipment a little bit to negate the need for a TV licence like I've done. But there we go. That's this week's, or this month should I say, Threatagram. I know they gave me till the 1st of February to contact them, and obviously because I didn't, I've now got this one. So we'll have to see what next month brings. It may bring a visit, it may not. It will certainly bring another letter, and we'll have to see what comes through. I should imagine, thinking about this, because it's always nice to theorise and just see how far off the mark you are, and I've got it pretty right so far. If it'll be the one that will actually have on it, visit been authorised, or whether it'll just state, official warning, this property is now under investigation. Either way, they won't be getting a response from me, and as always, I'll share it with you guys. So, hopefully you're going to join me for Volume 5, you've not got too bored by now. It's a bit like collecting stickers when you was a little child, this, in the football annuals. And as yet I've not got any twices, but no doubt sooner or later I will do. So, until next month, when hopefully you will join me, it's bye-bye for now.